Hey guys, Omar here. Today I want to talk about how to build AI agents effectively, especially nowadays that we have tools like Claude and Claude 5, which are super powerful. And I know that there are a lot of videos on the internet talking about how you can build really good AI agents, but I just want to show you my way and like kind of how I wanted somebody to explain it to me. I don't know if that makes sense. Because when I was starting, it really was difficult for me to understand how AI agents worked. So I just want to explain it in a very simple way for a lot of people out there. Okay. So look, AI agents are the future. That's just a fact. But I know that 99% of people don't know how to actually build the agents. It's like navigating a maze blindfolded with all these tutorials out there, right? So the thing that a lot of people do is that they watch a tutorial, then another one, then another one, and then another one, and now you're in tutorial hell. Basically, you haven't built anything yet. You only in the theoretical uh, realm. Let's call it that way, right? So it's basically a waste of your time. So today and right now, the first thing that I want you to get is a Claude API key. You can go to the Claude console or the Claude.ai and you can grab your API key. And that is the first thing that you need. The second thing that you're going to need is a Python environment. If you don't have Python, you can basically download VS Code and you can download one of the extensions. I'm gonna also teach you how to do it and guide you step by step. So don't worry about that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What you need to build very good AI agents. The last thing that I want you to get is your preferred IDE. You can use Cursor, you can use Anti-Gravity, you can use VS Code. It doesn't really matter. They all work the same. I personally use VS Code because I like it. So yeah, you need to have an IDE for this. I mean, you can also do it in your terminal, but preferably you want to have an IDE, right? Now we need to create a .env file in your project root and basically add your API key. I'm going to show you how you need to add your API key as well. I'm going to attach an image the correct way that you want to do this, and that's basically it. It's very simple. So once you do that, come back and we're going to continue. So now we're ready to talk about what really matters, the agents. So every powerful agent in Claude is built on three core pillars, which are the brain, the hands, and the operating system. You want to think of them as pillars: brain, hands, and operating system, right? So the number one is going to be one of the most important one, the system prompt. This is where you basically define your agent's persona and its goals, the tools that it's going to use, the constraints, etc., etc., etc. And the overall objective, obviously, of the system prompt, right? This is super important. This is critical. A very well crafted system prompt guides Claude's entire decision making process, which is super important. Then you're going to tell Claude, basically, sorry, then it tells Claude who it is and what it needs to achieve, right? Basically, in the system prompt, you're going to tell what is the goal and basically who you are. You want it to be a research agent, a marketing agent. I mean, you need to be super specific in the system prompt. Then we're gonna have the tools. Basically, as I said, you want to think of them as the hands of the agent. And in this part, basically, the AI models by themselves are just text generators. They're not able to basically go into your browser or go into your computer and actually do stuff, right? Do things or do real tasks. So basically here we define these tools as Python functions with clear tool schemas that Claude can understand and call. For example, you want to search the web, you want to read files, you want to create files, etc., etc., etc. Then number three, the agent loop, which is super important that not a lot of people talk about. It has gone viral in the past few weeks, but basically this is the continuous process that lets your agent receive input, decide what to do, and maybe use a tool, maybe just generate a text, execute the action, and then loop back to respond or take another action. It's how the agent maintains the workflow and achieve the objective that you set at the beginning, right? Understand these three pillars, and you're well on your way to create very, very effective agents. Now we're going to build a simple yet powerful research agent. This agent will be able to take a query, use a mock web search tool, and then summarize the results. So basically, I'm going to attach the entire code in the description as well. I'm going to leave all the resources so you guys can grab it and just copy and paste it so you can follow along. The first thing that you want to do is create a new file called, you want to call, let's say, new text file. I'm going to paste this. Basically, this is the code. Yeah, a new Python file. There we go. So we're going to save this file and we're going to call it Claude agent.py. There we go. So here we go. Here we have the first file. So basically create the first file. As I said, I'm going to leave all the code in the description so you guys can just copy and paste it so you don't, you know, lose your mind with the code. If you know how to code, well, that's props to you, right? So I want you to basically look at the code real quick with me and do a quick overview. I actually don't know how to code. I'm basically learning still how to code, but this was done with help of Claude, of course. So I'm gonna basically do a quick overview. So the step number one is defining our tools. Here, basically mocks a web search. In a real world scenario, this will call a search API, Google Search API. For this example, it returns a hard-coded response to the simulated a search result, right? The second step, sorry, here it is, define tool for schemas. Define tool schemas for Claude. Sorry. Claude needs to understand what tools are available and how to use them. So here we have the search web tool. Description searches the web for information based on a given query. Then we have the input schema, object, properties, query, etc. Then the third step, we have the craft the system prompt. Here's the system prompt as well. You are a research assistant. Your primary goal is to accurately answer questions by leveraging your search web tool. The process is number one, understand the request, then plan search, execute search, analyze results, and finally formulate an answer. Right? So this is, as you can see, is very, very specific. Right? Step four, implement the agent loop we have talked about before. Then we have the final step, which is basically running the agent here. So that's basically it. I'm going to save it, and once you paste it, then you can come back. And as I said, this is just a quick overview building a research agent, right? So now I just want to give you some tips on how to create these powerful agents. Number one is test with different prompts. Don't just create a vague prompt and just take the easy road. Give it unexpected questions or things that it can't do. See how it handles them and does it correctly identify when it needs a tool? Does it gracefully admit when it can find an answer? That's how you want to test these prompts, right? Number two is refine your system prompt over time. Your system prompt is your agent's North Star or your brain. So if it's not performing as expected, 90% of the time is that there's something wrong with your prompt, right? So be more explicit, be more specific, and add more constraints to it as well. Not only you need to think about like uh, yes, it's nice to tell the AI what to do, but it's also super important to tell the AI what not to do, right? So provide examples as well, clarify as much as you can, and you're gonna have a solid system prompt. Tip number three is you need to make the tools better and better over time. And how you do that? So What if your search underscore web tool fails, right? Or it returns an empty result? So you want to build an error handling into your tools and instruct your agent in the system prompt how to deal with tool failures and how to deal with errors. Because inevitably, you're going to have an error sooner or later. So you need to be prepared for that. Number four is embrace failure. Your agent will make mistakes. I mean, all of these models, they're not perfect and they will never be. So you need to be conscious of that. They will make mistakes and they will fail at some point. So it's part of the learning process. Each failure is an opportunity to teach the agent what not to do on the next session or the next task, sorry, on the next task, and it's an opportunity to improve your prompt, to improve your tools or your agent loop. And lastly, some personal tips. um, always be super clear with your instructions. Always give crystal clear instructions in your system prompt. Be ambiguous about your roles, goals, and especially tool usage. um, oh, Also, I want to touch in breaking down complex actions into smaller focus tools, which is super powerful. I think Nate Herc talked about this as well. So you want to basically, for a big problem or a big task, you want to basically divide it into very small focus tools, right? Because it makes it easier. It's basically easier to build, it's easier to test, and for Claude, it's easier to understand. So you need to start implementing that as well. If you learned something, let me know. I'll be making more guides and more videos like this. You can follow my social media, you can subscribe to the channel, you can like the video. It will help me a lot. So thank you so much for watching again. I really appreciate every single one of you. So thank you again and have a wonderful rest of your day, okay?